Closing in at the low point of the day, it's a breach of 11,700 as well. 11,676 is where we are shutting shop. It's a solid 300-point fall that you've seen on the Nifty futures, and a dismal breath, with just 7 names within the F&O universe going home as winners. I'll start off with the list of winners because that's just, you can count them on your fingers. IGL, NMDC, Cummins, MGL and Petronet LNG perhaps was the only significant mover today. Within the Nifty, Asian Paints and Coal India closed in absolutely flat for themselves. IT and financials, they were the ones which got clobbered in trade today. So let me start off with what happened within banks first. Starting off with an Axis, Bandhan, BOB, Can Bank, Federal, HDFC, ICICI Bank, Kotak, Indices, SBI, they fell anywhere between about 4 to about 6% on Bandhan Bank. That was the kind of vicious cut that you saw on the entire banking pack. It was a similar state when it came to financials as well. Shriram Transport Finance fell almost 6%. Bajaj Finance goes home with a 5.5% fall. Finserv down 4%. HDFC down 1.5%. Manappuram, M&M Finance, L&T Housing Finance, ICICI True Life, HDFC Life, M&M Finance. I could go on with the entire list. And then, of course, the IT trend as well gave way. So, Coforge fell 4.5%. HCL Tech was down 3%. Infosys, which started off the day reacting very positively to its numbers and then took a sudden U-turn from there, goes home with a 2.5% cut. Naukri, TCS, Coforge, TechM, Wipro, it was all a list of red. And Mindtree was your biggest loser with a 7.5% cut coming in on the day of its earnings. All sectoral indexes have managed to close in the red. There's nothing which has been spared in the markets today, Abha. 5.5% fall, Finserv down 4%. What do we stare at next? Fingers crossed, hopefully US markets should recover and not really fall in line with US futures, but that's a far cry. It seems like there is immense fear of the second wave and countries choosing to go yet again into lockdown. That's really scarring world markets too. CK?
Yeah. If you had asked a question, you'll have to repeat it because I didn't hear anything.
No, just... Sure. No, I know. It's been such a day. A 300-point fall, CK. European markets as well have seen quite a vicious cut. We've seen a breach of 11,700 now after just the 12K mark getting neared in trade yesterday. What is the screen telling you? Because the markets clearly, globally, not just for us, are fearing a second wave of the virus and countries choosing to go yet again into a lockdown.
Well, I think the lockdown business across Europe and other countries has been in the air, so it's not anything which came up suddenly today. That's number one. European markets opening soft was also nothing out of the ordinary. They have all been up and down across several days, so that was also nothing, very unusual that we should have such a huge day. The Bank Nifty fell 1,000 points from the day's high. That's incredible amount of movement that we have had, 300 points like you said in the Nifty. So undoubtedly the longs have got completely punctured today, right? And just as I was explaining, about 10 minutes ago when we were discussing about the market, that I do believe that it is the surfeit of long positions which had got built up, particularly from the weak hands over the last about 2-3 sessions. I think that is the that was the weak underbelly of the market today, and once the reasonably good support around 11,800 which had got built over recent days, once that broke, I think professional traders started taking up positions on the short side, and program trading then triggered various stop losses along the way. You have to remember that today a substantial portion of the trading is going on through machines, and they are unemotional about what are the levels, and if a stop gets triggered, it gets triggered, and that's about it. So I think, it was a culmination of all that, along with you had weekly futures and options expiry. I think there must have been a whole lot of guys who had shorted the puts and riding this upside wave, and I think they all got squeezed dry. The long holders in Nifty, Bank Nifty, I think they are the other ones who got squeezed dry, particularly Bank Nifty, I would think, because suddenly everybody had got a little extra bullish on the banking Nifty, expecting it to do this catch-up business. But anyway, all those plans came to an absolute naught. The longs or the bulls holding, lots of position, I think they got butchered today. They'll be out of action for some days, so maybe tomorrow may not be the best of days. Again, because lots of people heard from what happened today, lots of pending long positions to be exited if the market were to rally. So I think there is a lid definitely on tomorrow's gains. And if selling were to emerge tomorrow, well, then that would be an entirely different question to ask the market as to what's exactly going on. Today can be ascribed to a few of the things that I said. If it continues tomorrow, then we would definitely have to look askance at what is going on.
Quite a tough Thursday for equity markets, and it seems like it's not done yet, given how the Dow futures are panning out and the crack that you're seeing across the European screen as well. For us, it managed to close at 11,675 with a dismal market breadth.